Hey, good evening, everyone. I know some of you were unable to make it to this webinar, and that is completely fine. And I am just going to continue on as if you were here. So, being that there won't be any questions asked, because obviously nobody was able to make it to the webinar, I'm just going to start from the beginning. So, what I do in my food prepping is I always start with a list. I have the Safeway app on my phone. I can go in there, have the Just For You. And I like to shop at Safeway because I get gas rewards. Fry's gas always screws with my gas tank, so I don't even bother. But anyways, one thing that I also do is a gift card of money that is budgeted towards groceries goes on a gift card, and that kind of helps me stay in my budget. And here lately, I've been doing really well to where I am able to keep about $32 throughout the week in case like I run out of produce. So I start with a list. I go through the app. Oh, hey, who's on? Who is that?
This is Shay.
Hey Shay, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. All right, how was your day?
Oh, busy.
Yep, so was mine, girl. So was mine. It was like so busy, like I almost spaced out this meeting. I was like, oh my gosh. So, but it was good. Anywho, I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah.
Good. I had went ahead and just started recording, and I basically just started at the beginning of how I food prep, how I set up my path to success, basically. I always start with a list. I shop at Safeway all the time because of the gas rewards. And
yeah.
So I always use the app on my phone, the Just For You. And I also have a gift card with $150 on it that I do every week. And I've gotten to where I'm able to actually not spend about $32 of that in case I need to run back to the store, in case I need produce. So it's been pretty good.
Idea.
And I honestly think it's because of the season, because stuff is in season now. So it gets a little easier. But I make my list, and I basically, like, with the kids, I ask them, they'll want taquitos throughout the week, the little in the middle. So I'll buy that for them. And then Evan, because his school doesn't have a microwave, he's always got to do a sandwich. So I just make sure he gets, a good clean bread and lunch meat and stuff like that. But for myself, I don't know if you have a power pressure cooker, but it has been one of the best things that has been added to my kitchen. I can cook a bag of frozen chicken breasts, and that's like 6 chicken breasts in 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's been awesome. And if you, like you said, you don't have that, you can always cook it for 4 hours frozen. You can put the chicken breast in there and put it on high for 4 hours. So you can do that. You can add a can of Rotel to give it some spice. You can add whatever spices you want to it. So that's how I prep my chicken. And then ground turkey, stuff like that. I cook up a lot. Like I'll usually get the hamburger meat in 2 packages, and I'll do like 1 Italian spiced and 1 taco spiced. And that way we're prepared throughout the week to have dinner. And because believe me, this past weekend, because of Mother's Day weekend, it was so crazy. I didn't get to prep the way I wanted to prep, but I didn't have all the food that I'm used to having in my fridge, so it was kind of a pain.
Yeah.
But what do you think you struggle with the most? I know we had talked about this a little bit.
The food, honestly, right now. Like this morning I did good, got up, did my workout, and then I had all the food that I wanted, but I didn't have it cut and ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I just threw like a whole celery, a whole tomato, and whole onion in a bag with a can of tuna and my red bell pepper. And then, got to work. I had my Shakeology this morning, but got to work, and then I've been so busy, I didn't eat until 2 after breakfast. So, and then hurried up when I got home and made the tuna and stuff. But food is, and then I just get lots of cravings. I've been starving.
So. And that's a tough place to be in, because if you're not, this is the power of Shakeology. People, I was just having this conversation today. This lady was like, well, my husband told me not to drink protein shakes. And I'm like, sweet, because it's not a protein shake. It's got 72 superfoods in it that help you to a point. I mean, you're definitely pushing this one to the envelope by drinking it in the morning and not eating till 2. Like, I get the jam that you're in. But when you feed your body properly and like on time, like when it's ready, your cravings go down and your willpower goes up,
Yeah.
So that's definitely, I want you to set that goal for next week. If you can at least set, maybe you can't do 2 consecutive hours, but maybe an hour tomorrow, an hour Sunday, but enough time to where not only you have a plan, you have a list, but you have confidence to go into your food prepping regimen and start to build your rhythm that's going to work for you throughout the week.
Yeah.
So it sounds like to me like you need a lot of hands-on, like you need snacks, almost like, I don't know if you have a little cooler bag with you, but that may be something like hard-boiled eggs, fresh veggies and hummus, stuff like that, to where if you're going to be in a jam like you were today, that you have food like right there and you can munch on it. Hey, Lupe.
Right.
Lupe's on. I don't know. Can you hear me, Lupe? I don't know if she can. I'm going to message her.
Okay.
Let's see. If she even reads it. No, I can't even hear her. How funny. I can't hear you either. Okay. I just told her to go on through her phone. Sometimes it's better.
Are you doing a live video also?
Yeah, you're being recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, that way we could throw it into the group when we're done. So, but, so yeah, it sounds like you need a lot of snacks. And you gotta put the time in.
Right.
That's the biggest thing, especially with insanity. Insanity will make you starve.
Yeah.
It's because it's high intensity interval training. So you are burning residual calories when you're just sitting. Like, it's bananas. That's why it's such a powerful workout.
Yeah. And the other thing too, like I told you, was like the cravings. Like, my daughter's birthday, there was cake. We went out. She wanted to go out to Texas Roadhouse for her birthday, so I ordered a 6-ounce steak with red potatoes with nothing on them, and then I still ate peanuts. And I just have a hard time saying no to food.
One thing that helps when you get into a jam like that is share. Like, talk to your daughters, be like, oh my gosh, you're going to get the macaroni and cheese and chicken fried steak. Well, I'm going to get the steak and the potatoes. Do you care if we like share? Like, I found that helps out huge when I'm on a craving. So,
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, I don't want to sit there and eat the whole macaroni and cheese. I just want to bite.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So I think Mandy's on. Mandy, are you on, or Veronica? Somebody else is on. Mandy, is that you? I can't tell. Nobody's answering. That's so weird. So, dessert, when it comes to dessert, share it. It tastes better when you share it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because, like, for us, we'll go down to the movies on the square in the summertime, and we usually take the kids into that candy shop right there, and everybody just kind of, like, agrees on something, and we get a little bit of each, and that way nobody's like, well, I wanted that one, because you'll find that you don't want the entire thing.
Right.
So, but yeah, so, okay, we got snacks covered. That's vital. That's extremely vital that you make sure you have food with you. And
yeah.
In reaching distance, not walking distance. So
right.
and then water. Drink up on your water. This guy, I filled him to here this morning. I'm like slow today, but it'll be gone by tonight. And it's a shadow. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but you know what? I get my water in. When I just do a water bottle, I won't. So it's helped out.
Yeah. Well, one thing I got today that'll totally help me is I had a 40-ounce Hydro Flask and left it when I was on travel. And so today at REI, they were 20% off, and then I had like $30 in points. And so I was able to get my 40-ounce with straw for $13.
Wow. That's
yeah. So
see, and I don't even drink out of a straw because when you drink out of straws, you just suck air. So that's one thing. I like gave up straws, I don't know, probably like 5 years ago. Once I got told that, I was like, that makes sense because you have that gap in between the fluid and your mouth, and that's just air. And I was like, yeah, I don't want that. I'm good. I'm just going to drink it straight. So that's what I do. Little tricks like that will help you. Like, I know this is silly, but a lot of times when you get a headache, doesn't necessarily signify anything's like drastically wrong. It just, most of the times it means you need a little salt. So I just take Himalayan salt and stick it underneath my tongue and it goes away.
Yeah.
So just little things like that. But what kind of proteins do you like?
Meat.
Okay.
Beef and chicken.
Okay. That sounds good. And this time of year is like awesome because of all the grilling that's going to go on. So I always get excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting excited about our garden. We're getting ready to do a lot of veggies.
That's great because I was just at the 4th Street Market, the farmer's market on 4th Street, and that made sense. They have so many starter plants over there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they already have strawberries in pots, and they already have strawberries with, like, they're edible. So you should check there before you go anywhere else. I mean, especially because it's local and it's a mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
So, but I told DJ, I was like, because my parents brought peppers that my dad started. They brought them last week. And then he's like, Mom, can we come back and get some other stuff? And I was like, heck yeah, we'll come back and get some strawberries, put more strawberries in there. So it'll be good.
Yep. They're nice to have on hand.
Yep. Let's see. What kind of carbs are you liking?
I don't eat a ton of bread, but I have been since this. I started this just because it says you can with peanut butter, and I'm just like looking for anything that makes me feel full.
Yeah.
Carb. I don't know. I don't eat a whole lot anymore. Unless it's like a donut or something.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing. I mean, you can do. I mean, that's, they really want you to pay attention to your sugars, like especially with the donut. But there's always, if one thing I've learned in my food prepping is there's always a healthier way of doing it. So I do know, like all the natural food stores, especially Sprouts, because I was just there, but they have gluten-free donuts. And they're in the frozen section. They even have donut holes. So, and they're a little pricey. Like for a box of 6, I want to say they're like $5.69. But it just kind of makes you value your food more. So if you want to have that donut, you're more intentional about when you're going to eat it. You're not just going to rip into the box and shove your mouth full of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something I've learned is just because I'm craving a donut doesn't mean that I need to go get one. There's always a healthier option like ice cream, Halo Top ice cream, and Enlighten ice cream. They're protein ice creams. Like a pint of ice cream, there's like, in some of them, there's 280 calories in a pint.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you could eat a pint and not feel like you're going to cry yourself a river and drink a glass of wine and just fall off the wagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're in town this weekend, I highly encourage you to at least grab a pint and try it. I know Safeway sells Halo Top, and Sprouts sells both. And I have found that after I've tried more Enlightened, I kind of am starting to like Enlightened ice cream a little bit better than Halo Top. So takes a little bit.
Okay.
But it
Yeah,
definitely,
I'll have to look.
yeah, it helps with that craving, especially when your girls are like, Mom, get ice cream, bring it home, you know, and you're like, oh gosh, I'm going to be bombarded, you know, with the temptation. And then that's when you go, wait, there's a healthier option. I don't have to cut ice cream out of my life. Remember, I'm not about deprivation.
Right.
Just get the healthier option. So that's my recommendation to you, especially with your girls. Like, I don't want you to miss out on those moments because in your mind, you're on a diet. That's the first thing you've got to start getting rid of is you're not on a diet. This is a brand new outlook to a new you, and your girls are going to pick up on this and they're going to realize it. You know, I always laugh when people are like, they'll bring like a dozen donuts to an event and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think about you. You're probably not going to let the kids have these. And I look at them and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to let them have them because they're kids. I counterbalance, you know what I mean? My kids eat pretty clean Monday through Friday. And on the Saturdays and Sundays, I let them kind of make their own decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just funny how, you know, when you're into health and fitness, people kind of just assume that you're like a food Nazi. And the only time I've ever had to be a food Nazi is during peak week for my competition. That was like, I could only eat like 3 things and work on drinking water and then cutting it out. Like that was all I could do, you know?
Right. That would be tough.
Yeah. And that's, you know, I posted a live video today about that because I feel like lately, not even my current clients, like none of you guys are in this state because obviously I'm supporting you, you know, and you've invested.
Right.
But I have people that will constantly compare themselves to me. Well, I can't be like you. I can't do everything that you do in your schedule and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, sweet, because you can't be me. Like, I'm trying to help you figure out what's going to fit in your life for you. But if you're not willing to do the rough draft, to do, you know, the test drive, it's never going to happen.
Right.
And that's the same as food prepping. If you're not willing to give it a try every weekend to see what kind of beat you start making, you're never going to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was able that weekend before I had to leave. You know, I boiled a whole bunch of eggs, made a pot of lentils, which I've never had before. Was getting stuff ready, wasn't 100% covered for the week, and then this last week I had a bunch of leftover steak and vegetables that I was using, and that just happened to be there. I didn't really plan that.
That's good. And that's what I love about leftovers or even food prepping leftovers. Because a lot of times, like, we try to have pizza on Fridays. It's just fun to do it, you know, in a family. But if we're ever in a jam, like on a Saturday, I'm like, sweet, I got this and this and this. Let's just throw it together and we don't have to worry about going to the grocery store or grabbing some food out to eat, you know. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
The drive-through isn't a scary place. Like, I have people that, again, are shocked when I go to a fast food restaurant. And I'm like, why are you shocked? Well, their meals are like 1,500 calories. And I'm like, I don't order their meals. I look at what's separate and I build my meal.
Right.
So I love going to Wendy's. I love their salads. Their salads are the bomb. But a lot of times I'll just get like a patty with no bun. I'll get all the veggies on it. You know, I'll get like 3, you know, and eat that. And if I have carbs within my day, then I'll eat some French fries. Like, it's stuff like that people don't understand. You know, people in the diet mindset, they don't understand. They think they can't have that stuff anymore. And that's not living.
Right.
So I want you to live. Like, I want you to show your girls, like, watch me dip my fry into my Frosty and still reach my goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are some of the best times in my life growing up. You know, we grew up a rodeo family and we played sports too, but I remember pulling into Wendy's after a rodeo and we would order fries and little Frosties, and that was like the thing back then. That's what we did, and it was fun. And now my kids do it and they get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I remember doing that in high school at
Yeah.
a cafeteria.
It's so fun. And those are positive, that's constructive eating. you're connecting good times. Yes, you're connecting emotion with it, but there is a thin line between your daughter got all straight A's, let's go celebrate with ice cream. I think when you start children off young doing that, you create a negative emotional attachment to food. So, but that's something I've had to watch myself of, because we were raised around that, oh, let's go celebrate. And as I started getting into my journey, I had to realize I didn't need to celebrate with, how some people will celebrate all the time with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with food.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to go on a hike, or, oh, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to read a book. I know that sounds boring, but for some of us mamas that are on the go all the time, sitting down and reading a book actually feels pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So yeah. But do you have any questions for me?
I guess, well, mainly I guess I'm going to be a week behind. And so after the challenge, what happens after that?
So what'll happen is, because your program is longer than everybody who's doing 21 Day Fix, and I believe Lupe and Veronica are the only two, and Veronica is a week behind because it took forever to get hers downloaded. So I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but as far as the group goes, but as your coach, I will always be there to support you. And I'll move you into the graduate group, but sorry. One of our boys is watching the neighbor's dog, and he just took him on a walk. So somebody must have locked the door, ring the doorbell. I'm like, it's your house, dude. But so what we're gonna have to end up doing is I'll have to just continue. Beauty, I'll have to continue with you guys. Beauty, come here. I'll have to continue with you guys, supporting you, like, as far as like one more week. Sorry. DJ, grab her and shut the door. Grab her and shut the door. Sorry.
It's okay.
No. So, but we'll figure it out when we get there for sure, because I don't just want to, like, oh, we're gonna do this, I'm gonna drop you, because that's not what I do. Like, the birthday celebration that I went to on Wednesday, she was one of my first clients, and that's been 2 years. And we sat there and we had a conversation, and she shared with me, like, I need your help. What do I do? And I'm like, dude, I will text you every morning at 5:30. Get your butt out of bed. And she's like, you would do that? And I'm like, yes, this is what I do.
Yeah.
So, and that's 2 years later.
One thing that's helped me is, well, in the mornings, you tend to always around 5, send messages, and I hear it on my phone. And so I'm laying there hitting snooze. I'm like, okay, I got to get
Good.
Everyone's already started to do their workouts and post about it. I can't keep hitting snooze. So
I love that.
Hearing those.
That's so good. That makes my heart happy, because, I've had groups to where the notifications annoy them, and I'm like, well, how, you're asking for accountability, so this is the best way, But you guys have definitely been, this group has been a breath of fresh air. There was like 2 groups in a row. There was just rut after rut after rut. And it was just like, I had to really, what am I doing wrong? But it wasn't me. It was the people that were in the group. They joined, but they weren't truly ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a hard battle. So, but you guys have been amazing. The energy, the support. Like, every morning when Mandy posts something positive, I'm like, she should be a coach. I always say that she should be a coach. Like, she could totally do this from home.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think she would be good at that. She's very vocal and supportive about things. So
yeah, she is.
She's good in that department.
Mhm. So that'll be what we'll do upon the ending on the 28th. I can always extend it one more week, but you're going to keep going. So when I move you to the graduate group, people will post randomly in there, and that's what it's for. It's for people that have went through a challenge group, I'll bring them over there so they're still feeling supported. And the more they motivate, like, I love it when people like pick up another program and they post in the group, hey, I just started 22-minute hardcore. I'm going to be doing this. What are you doing this week? You know, and I'm like, yes, that's what we need, because it's a group where you get put in because we've already taught you the tools and we've kind of held your hand for the last month. Now you're going to take those tools, you're going to let go of our hand, and you're going to continue, but you're going to always know that we're here, you know.
Right.
And I'll check in with you. It won't be weekly. It'll be at least once a month. But if you ever need to talk to me, if you feel like you're in a rut, then that's when you know you have me, as long as you want me. So, but
yeah, I just need to get over this whole eating right.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you're, not only your body gets used to so many calories a day, but your mind gets used to it. And then when you start working out and you're burning those extra calories, you get hungry, and then you don't see the results that you want to see because your metabolism stalls out. Your body basically says, sorry for you, you know, like, I'm going to, anything you put in me because you just killed 500 calories, I'm going to eat through that right now. And then I'm just going to chill. So
Yeah.
It's crazy how our bodies will do that, but it's true. You have to, I always say feed the beast, and it's almost like your tummy's like a beast. Like, you have to feed yourself, especially when you are doing hits and leg days. Like, leg days and hits, or constant like sprint intervals, those are the three biggest things that you can do to burn calories throughout the day, that residual caloric burn. So I find that on my leg days at night when I sleep, I wake up, I'm sweating. And that's because my metabolism is in overdrive. And that's what I love about building muscle, you know, is you have any idea what you do to your metabolism when you start building muscle, like, and getting rid of fat. You actually get the fat out of the way so the muscles can do what they're made to do. And that's to speed things up. So yeah. But
okay.
All right, girl. Well, if you don't have any other questions, we can...
no, I'm gonna, you know, like I said, work on my food prep a lot better this week. And then I have met one of my goals of, you know, getting up in the morning and doing my workout.
Yay!
Which I totally dread, but then I feel so much better afterwards. So
it's not
gotten
easy.
Over that hurdle.
It is not easy. And if it was easy, everybody would be walking around healthy and fit. You know, it would be a total different world out there. And it's not like that. If you stop and look around, there's so many people just settling, and it's like, it's right there. You just got to not push snooze and get up. A book. I don't know. Did I tell you about the book, The 5-Second Rule?
I think so. I think it was in
A Message.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's where I read it, or somewhere else.
That book, I cannot stress it. And it is so motivating, and it'll light a fire underneath your butt. Whether you read it or you listen to it, you're going to get through it very fast. You're not going to want to stop, because Mel Robbins is amazing. She wrote this book off of a stupid idea that she had one day. She thought it was stupid. And it has changed so many people's lives, not just in health and fitness, but people that feel like they need to ask for a raise, but they're scared. You know, they have that 5-second rule, and it's not 1 to 5. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You do it.
Right.
So I definitely like that book. I actually just got done. I ran a personal development group with that book in my entire like upline team, and they really liked it. A lot of the coaches that I work with, they were like, oh my gosh, like, this has helped me get over my fear of being told no. I'm just going for it. And I'm like, you have to, because you're never going to know what you're capable of, just like in health and fitness, unless you just go for it.
Right.
So you remember that when you don't want to get up.
I know.
You remember that.
Okay.
All right. And then just make your long-term goal to continue this. Start putting that in your head every day. Like, this isn't a flavor of the month. This is not a quick fix. You're not required to take pills in the morning and at night and drink 3 shakes and eat only lettuce. Like, no. You are eating, number one, the best nutrition per Shakeology. And then you're also learning how to fuel your body with real food. You see that?
Right. Yeah.
That's a lifestyle. So
yeah, I get it. I just need to get past, like I said, this little hurdle of being a little bit more organized. And then even with the girls' meals when I come home, just trying to get a better handle on that. I haven't been doing crock pot stuff in a while, and it's busy, so.
Yeah, give them some of the responsibility. Let them see your book.
Yep.
Let them see your book and say, hey, girls, I need you guys to make a list of what you like and the recipes in there. What recipe would you like mama to make for the week or to prep? That way we can pull it out on Tuesday and it's ready to go,
Yeah, I like that. I like putting the responsibility on them a little bit more with helping out with food.
Heck yeah. I think that's a great idea. So, alrighty, my friend. Well, I will let you off and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. And if you do have any questions,
thank you very much. And you too.
Yeah, no, of course. People think they're a thorn in my side. They'll apologize. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, I love this. This is the helping person in me. I did ultrasound for 10 years to help people find a reason why they were sick. And now I get to be on the preventative side. So, kind of cool.
That's a good way. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Alrighty, honey. Well, if you have any questions, you get off and you're like, oh, crap, I should have asked that. Just shoot me a message and we'll go from there.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye, Carly.